Hey you guys, my name is Tiara and welcome back to my channel. So it really means a lot to me when you guys come back and watch my videos and I really appreciate it. I am actually going to be talking into this mic today because my phone, yeah y'all, what was I gonna say? So, yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to watch me and listen to me yap. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. So, I think I already picked out what story I'm gonna tell today. I want to do like a mixture of like story times and like vlogs and just like a little bit of everything. And I really want to like get to know you all. So, and I want you guys to get to know me. So, that's kind of why I want to do like story times, vlogs, and like whatever else for real. Um, I don't know how good this editing is going to be because they took away CapCut and that's what I use to edit. And it's like the easiest thing ever to use to edit. So now I'm just like, what am I going to edit my videos on now? I have no idea. I mean, I was looking up some things and I seen like other people saying like I don't even remember what they were saying, but I do have it written down somewhere. But I just hope that it's like easy and not like hard to do, and I hope that you don't got to pay for anything or anything like that. I'm already working with a phone that I got to use headphones for. So I really am not trying to pay for anything extra, but if I have to, I have to. So I, y'all know I have my handy dandy notebook and I think I know what I want to talk about already. So I want to talk about, you guys know that that one girl that I was talking about, the one who basically, the girl who tried to take advantage of me, that I named her Alyssa. We're going to tell a story time involving Alyssa, but we're going to introduce a new person. And this person, I already named her Vicky. I don't know what her problem was, y'all, but I think I might have figured it out, but I'm going to just save it for the end of the story. And y'all let me know what y'all think her problem was too, because I was confused. So, and y'all also let me know. Y'all let me know if y'all have the same theory that I have. Okay, so this girl, her name was Vicky, and I met her at church. So just like I met Alyssa at church, I met this other girl, Vicky, at church. And so I met Alyssa first, and me and Alyssa had became friends. And we was friends for a while before I even met Vicky. Mind you, this church that I went to, it was mostly my family members. So like I kind of knew majority of everyone there, but it's just like people just kind of like popped up out of nowhere, and Alyssa was one of them. Like just one day I just seen her and we became friends. But for years I had been going to that church and I never seen her, but apparently she was always there. So that was so strange. And the same with this other girl, Vicky. Vicky popped up out of nowhere, and Vicky had like 4 or 5 sisters, so it was a lot of them, and they all went to the church, and I'm just like, where did these people come from? Like one day we were having like a dinner or something in the basement. It was like a lot of other churches came. I think it was maybe my pastor's anniversary or something. And so, yeah, so there was a lot of people there, and we were in the basement, and we had a vending machine in our basement. So, me and my brother went to go get something out of the vending machine, and out of nowhere, Vicky was right there, and she just started like being an a hole. Like, she just we went to go get some out the vending machine, and she just like started acting like she knew us, talking to us like she knew us, and basically talking crap about us. And we was kids, by the way. And I'm just like, what the heck? Okay, like this is so weird. Like, who is this girl? She popped up out of nowhere. Oh, I met that girl that way. Like, she was being obnoxious the first time I even met her. And I'm just like, what the heck is wrong with this girl? Like, I don't know. Like, but me and my brother were both very unproblematic. So, like, I don't know. We just, honestly, I just thought like it was some random ghetto girl that came to the church. And like, because it was so many people there already, I thought it was like a random ghetto girl that came to the church and was like being weird. So I was like, oh, I ain't even gonna have to see this girl again. Like, I don't know, I'm not gonna have to see her because she don't go here. Turns out she did go there, and she just hadn't went there in a long time. So I'm just like, okay. Like, so I'm like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to deal with this girl. Like, whatever. Yeah. So let's fast forward to maybe, I would say maybe like it was months later, like after that incident, like at the vending machine and stuff, it was like months later when I seen her again. Like, and basically she like took a hiatus, I guess, from church. Like, her and her family, like her mom and her sisters weren't there anymore, and they just popped up like they did with the vending machine situation. Like, that one Sunday she just popped up again out of nowhere. So I'm just like, oh, okay, like this girl's back or whatever. So me and me and Alyssa were really good friends, and we didn't go to the same school. So like on Sundays and stuff, we would always sit together at church. We would always talk. We were just always together, honestly. I mean, like, we talked outside of church, but we really didn't get to see each other as much until we started getting a little bit older. But we really didn't get to see each other as much, like as we wanted to, because this girl was my best friend, and obviously I'm gonna want to see her all the time and like, tell her about school stuff. Like, I would try to talk to her about things that was going on at school. She wouldn't even know these people. Same with her. But, it was still just nice to have her as a friend. So I thought. So this girl, Vicky, comes to church again, and she is like acting a little better, but like I can still tell like this girl's not really gonna be my cup of tea. Like, I don't know. But Alyssa was saying how she was friends with her and like she was cool with her, and like the girl used to come over and stay the night at her house all the time, along with like some other people from the church. But around the time I was friends with Alyssa, nobody did that. Like, she didn't even talk. Alyssa didn't even talk to like other girls in the church that were around our age. Like, but I guess before she became friends with me, like the girls from the church and stuff that I didn't know would go to, like, that weren't my family members either, would go to Alyssa's house and like stay the night and hang out or whatever the case is. And also they all kind of had like this one thing in common, that they all liked this guy that we went to church with. I knew him because he was friends with my brother and he would come over all the time. And he was honestly like a brother to me. So I never looked at him in that way. But these people, the rest of these girls, like, they went crazy over him. And Alyssa was one of them. So I think maybe that might be the reason that she stopped being friends with all these other girls. Okay, so back to the story. Well, back to the part about Vicky. So um, we started to have like church camp, like summer camp, but at church. And it was very clear, it started to become very clear that Vicky had this strong dislike for me. It became clear that Vicky had this strong dislike for me, and I didn't do anything to her. So, and I also didn't know her. So I didn't understand why she had like this huge dislike for me. But I also really didn't care that much. Also, Vicky did not go to the same school as me or Alyssa. So we all went to different schools. So, like during summer camp, like during summer camp, Vicky always used to try to say things about me to Alyssa. She always used to like talk bad about me. And I like, she didn't even know me. So I don't know. She was just saying anything she could say, I guess. It still didn't make no sense, but like she just didn't like me. And I really didn't care. I was like trying to squash things, even though there was no beef on my end anyway, but I was trying to like squash things and like make things good because we all go to church together, and nobody wants drama at church, especially at church. Nobody wants drama in general, but especially at church. So, or at least I didn't want no drama at church. I mean, how, you know, I'm not going to say what I could say, but if if you, I don't know. I just was never raised to like be ghetto or anything like at church, or I was just raised to respect the Lord's house. So that's just how I was. That's how I grew up. That's how I was raised. And I still hold those like beliefs to this day. Those like values and beliefs, I hold that to this day. Like I don't play about God. So I was like a really nice person, and I'm just like, oh, let's just like be cool. Like, what's the problem? What's the problem? She would never have a solid answer. And I'm over here asking Alyssa, what's the problem with her? You said this is your friend. What's wrong with her? And Alyssa's sitting there looking stupid. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with her. Girl, you're her friend. What are you talking about? Like, so I'm just like, how don't you know? Like, it don't make no sense. So, um, yeah. So at summer camp, there was just like a whole bunch of drama. And out of nowhere, the girl started acting like she wanted to fight me. And I'm just like, girl, this is ghetto. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, why do you act like this? And none of her other siblings acted like that. And I'm just like, what is really the problem with you? Like, I keep asking you what's wrong. You're not saying anything. There was somebody else at church that was like in charge of us, like younger girls. I mean, we wasn't like kids, but I mean, we was under the age of 18, so we were probably like teenagers or something. I know I probably said kids in the beginning, but I mean, whatever. So, yeah, we were around that age, and like the person that was over us, she was my cousin, and um she would try to like, see what's going on with us, like just trying to be there for us. Like if we didn't want to go to our parents about anything, we could come to her. Like she was like really a girl's girl. I mean, that term wasn't like being used at that time, but she was really a girl's girl. She would always like, like if we wanted to try makeup or something, she did her makeup and stuff really well. She would like do our makeup or like take us to the mall or do like things like that. And so it started to come out to her like what was happening. Like, this girl has a problem with me. I don't know what's wrong with her. She acting like she want to fight me. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. And she was just like, I don't really remember with like what, like, I'm gonna just call like my cousin, the one that was like over us, just call her like mentor, like mentor. So mentor, like, you know, she was trying to like figure out everything, but she knew I didn't really like, she knew I already wasn't like that. I already wasn't the type of person to just be fighting people, especially at church. And so this is over time, is drama with this girl. And one Sunday, I was on the phone with, one Sunday, we all went to church. Of course, I sat by Alyssa because that was my best friend at the time. And so me and Alyssa were sitting together. We're at church service going on. And Alyssa's just sitting here telling me all this stuff. Now, not only has Vicky been talking a lot of mess about me, there's this other girl that went to the church. Now, this girl, I did know her, but she was older than, like, she was older than me, Alyssa, and Vicky. So, like, I don't know. I talk to her sometimes, but like, I don't know. She was kind of just there for real. And then she had a daughter, and like, Alyssa talked to her more than I did. Oh, I gave her name, you guys. Her name is Jayla. So Alyssa talked to Jayla more than I did. But I would still, like, you know, talk to her or whatever. But really, like, I, like, okay, so Alyssa, Vicky, and Jayla, they were all sexually active. I was not sexually active at all. I was not, definitely wasn't doing sex, but I wasn't doing anything else either. So, like, I feel like kind of that's like probably a lot of what they talked about. And I just like really didn't fit in with that because I had more to talk about than that, especially because I wasn't doing it and I wasn't planning on doing it anytime soon anyway. So there was nothing to talk about. Like, when it came to that with me, I wanted to wait till marriage and they knew that. So, yeah. So, well, Alyssa and what's her name? Alyssa and Jayla knew that. Funny thing is Jayla really tried to get me to have sex. I mean, both of them did. Jayla and what's her name? Jayla and Alyssa tried to get me to have sex, but Jayla would be telling me like I can come over and have all this crazy stuff, y'all. And I'm just like, I would never do that. I would never do that for one. And I'm just like, girl, no. Like, and I'm just like, and don't offer that to anybody else. Like, I know like Alyssa, she was sneaky and she would want to like go over there or whatever the case is. Like, she would want to find places to like do it with guys, but was, I had no interest in that. And I'm glad that I didn't have any interest in that because I'm glad that I didn't have any interest in that because I knew I had a goal. I knew I had a goal and I was sticking to my goal. So, and the goal was to not just be out here having sex and to wait until marriage or, you know, at least wait as long as you can. But like, I mean, I wasn't judging them for doing it. I mean, a lot of people was doing it. So around that age and, you know, a lot of people was doing it. So I wasn't judging them for doing it. So yeah, so what happened? So she said that, what's her name? She said that, Alyssa said that Jayla had been talking a lot about me too. Like, Alyssa said that Jayla and Vicky had been talking, just kept running their mouth about me. And I'm just like, I didn't even know Jayla had a problem with me, because she'll turn around and speak to me and whatever the case is. Like, and I'm just like, I know the same person that is not saying I can come have is not talking about me. Like, why is this girl talking about me? Mind you, like, she's a lot older than us. Like, she had, I mean, she wasn't, I don't really know how old she was for sure, but I know that we were all like teenagers, and she had graduated high school, like, she had been graduated high school. So I'm just like, why is she talking about me? I did nothing to this girl either. And I'm just like, it just like irritated the living daylights out of me. And I really don't know why I wasn't questioning Alyssa, and why I wasn't saying, Alyssa, well, what did you say? Alyssa, well, why do they feel comfortable talking about me to you? Alyssa, what's going on here? Why didn't I say that? I don't know. I just feel like because she was my best friend, and I was also like a little, I don't want to say I was naive, but I really loved this girl. Like, this girl was my best friend, so I just didn't want to see her doing any wrong. For some reason, I didn't want to see her doing any wrong. But yeah, so naturally, because this is my best friend, and honestly, I didn't care if they heard what I was saying or not, but because this girl was my best friend, I was venting to her, obviously. I mean, she's telling me that all these people, like, not all these people, but she's telling me that Jayla and, she's telling me that Jayla and Vicky cannot keep my name out of their mouth. So I'm over here just like, you know what? What is wrong? Like, nice Tiara, we're putting nice Tiara away. And like, we're bringing out the big dog, because what is wrong with these people? I've been so nice. I've been trying not to say things that I could say, because I could really hurt somebody's feelings. But I know that that's not the Christian thing to do. We were already in church, and that's like not the Christian thing to do. And I don't know, you guys, I was just like a really nice person. I mean, I guess I'm still a nice person, but I'm just not letting nothing slide. But back then, I was really nice. Like, I just wanted peace, Like, I didn't want any problems. Like, I didn't want anybody to have any drama. I just wanted us all to just have a good time. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, I'm saying all this to Alyssa. Later that night comes, and I go to my grandpa's house, because like me, my mom, my dad, and like some other people were going to go to my grandpa's house. So we went to my grandpa's house, and out of nowhere, like, Alyssa starts calling my grandpa's phone, because she knew I was going over there. And I'm just like, girl, what's what's up? Like, and I don't know. I mean, I had a phone, so I'm trying to think. I think that maybe, I don't know. Basically, she told, what did I name them? Basically, she told Jayla and, what's that girl's name? Vicky. She told Jayla and Vicky that I was talking about them. Mind you, she was talking about them too. But I guess like after like church or whatever the case is, she told Jayla and Vicky that I was talking about them. That's what happened. And they was calling my phone, and I blocked them or just kept sending them to voicemail. I don't know. And Alyssa, because that was my friend, my best friend, she had my grandpa's phone number, because sometime I would be over there, and if my phone died or whatever, I would be chopping it up on the phone with her at my grandpa's house. What did this girl do? This op do? She literally called my grandpa's phone, and they was like, "Oh, Tiara, it's for you," because they're like, "Oh, it's Alyssa, it's for you." I got on the phone, and here's Jayla and Vicky on the phone. I guess it was a three-way call. They're on the phone trying to talk about me and go in on me, and they're talking about how what's her name? Y'all, this story is making me. Cause why? Why did I stay friends with Alyssa after this? Why did I stay friends with Alyssa after this? This girl was an op. Like, she did not like me for. I don't know what was wrong with her, but yeah. So she what happened? What happened? So they're on the phone. They are talking about me, like, and so I hung up the phone, and they just kept calling back, and I'm guessing that Alyssa, I'm guessing that Jayla and Vicky kept telling her to, oh, call back. She hang up the phone. We calling back. And mind you, this is a house phone, so you can't like block anybody. You can't block anybody. So I'm just like, why do you keep calling me? Like, leave me alone. Alyssa, you're fake AF. I don't know what's wrong with you. And I'm just like, and you were talking too. Like, and here goes Jayla. Oh, Alyssa would tell us if she was talking about us. Alyssa would tell us if she was talking about us. But you want to be whatever they was saying. Like, and I'm just like, y'all are obsessed with me. Like, why are y'all so obsessed with me? I literally didn't do anything to you guys. I don't, like, that time I did talk about them, because this girl's coming to me talking about, telling me what they're saying about me. So I'm just like, oh no, I'm finna talk back. I'm finna say what I'm gonna say, and I don't care whose feelings it hurt, because I know who I am. And I'm going to just say, I know who I am. And like, I know both of these people have probably, Jayla and Jayla and Vicky, the things that I said, they have probably been talked about before for these things. Like I said, I don't be wanting to say anything. I don't be wanting to hurt nobody's feelings, because if I say something, it's just like too low. Like, but is there even such thing as too low when you're arguing with somebody? Is there a such thing? And these people don't like you for no reason. They can't even tell you why they don't like you. They can't even tell you. Like, and now that I said something, now that I defended myself, oh, you said this about us. Yeah, I just said this, but what was the problem before? I only said something because y'all were talking about me nonstop for I don't know how long. Mind you, I'm trying to keep this stuff like under wraps, like not tell my parents or anything, but they were like real, like, obsessed, y'all. Like, they did not want to leave me alone. And so, what's that girl name? Not Jayla. I forget what Jayla was saying about me. But Vicky was saying, oh, you're not cute. You're not cute. Yeah, you got pretty eyes, but that's it. You got pretty eyes, but that's it. And I'm just like, you sound stupid. Then she was like, Oh, and you got long hair, but it's nappy, which was a lie. My hair was not nappy, y'all. Like, you sound so dumb. You're giving somebody a compliment, which I knew my hair was long and I knew I had pretty eyes. Still to this day, obviously, but I don't be popping my stuff like that. I'm trying not to cuz I don't be popping my stuff like that like I could cuz I could really pop my stuff. But I be trying to be humble. Y'all, I be trying to be humble, but people be trying me for real. Like, I don't know, like they be trying me. Like, if you're pretty or if you're just confident and you know you look good, like, and you're like flaunting around like you know it, people hate that. Like, and I feel like I knew that, and I will always try to like be humble. Like, I don't know, I will always try to be humble, but it doesn't even matter if you are humble. It doesn't matter. They're still going to be mad. They're still going to be mad. But yeah, so Vicky, she was just saying she just sounded like an idiot, to be honest. Talking about, oh, you got pretty eyes, but that's it. Oh, you got long hair, but it's nappy. What are you talking about? What are you really talking about? Are you mad because you're bald headed? Like, I, Lord forgive me. Lord forgive me. But anyways, I'm just like, girl, you wish you had these eyes. You wish you had this hair. Everything you're saying about me, you wish you had. And that's the problem. Like, that's the problem. You wish you had what I got and you don't. And you're mad about it. I don't know what to tell you. I try to sit here and be your friend. I try to sit here and be cool with you even after you had a problem with me for who knows what reason. So what happened? So they finally, mind you, I'm hanging up on them. What do I look like sitting here listening to y'all? And I got my parents asking me, what's going on? Why do Alyssa keep calling back? Why does this? And I'm just like, I don't know. Cause y'all, I was trying not to tell them. I was trying not to tell them about like what was going on. So I was just like, oh, I don't know why she keeps calling. I don't know what she's doing. So fast forward, and basically they're texting me from like different numbers and stuff, talking about they want to fight. Basically, we have this park across the street from the church, and it has like a big hill, like, and they were like, oh, we can fight behind the hill. We can fight. I want to fight you. I want to fight you. Girl, mind you, like the city she came from was like, the city that Vicky came from was known as like a city where like a lot of crime and stuff happens. Like, and I'm just like, girl, you're acting like the city you're acting crazy. Like, and I'm just like, I'm not fighting you. I don't do that. So what do I look like? And Alyssa even known that. Alyssa knew I didn't fight. Like, I didn't like do stuff like that. Like, what do I look like? So now if somebody put their hands on me, it's a different story. If somebody put their hands on me, it's up. But if you don't put your hands on me and then I'm going to just let you talk. Like, I'm not putting in my energy to that. So basically the problem just kept getting bigger and bigger. And the mentor could see like it was just getting out of hand. And it was pissing her off because Jayla, Alyssa, and Vicky, none of them are related to the mentor. And I am the mentor's cousin. And even though like she's older than everyone, but she wasn't like old, but she was older than everyone else. Like, she was older than me, Vicky, Alyssa, and even, what's her name? Jayla. But like, she wasn't like that much older than Jayla. It like, if y'all know what I mean. And so she was getting pissed off, like, and so she told my parents about it, and which is fine with me because at this point it's just whatever. Like, at this point I don't even care. I just don't want to get in trouble for looking like I'm trying to fight at church when this ain't me. And so she told my parents about it, and she was like, you know, this is getting out of hand. This is my cousin. And basically, y'all gonna make me get out of character. And she is like somebody in the church to like look up to and stuff. Like, she has a high status in the church, I guess I should say. I guess I could say that. And she is basically like, y'all gonna make me get out of character because ain't nobody finna put their hands on my little cousin. Nobody. B, and y'all think y'all gonna jump somebody? She was like, this is my cousin, okay? I don't care what y'all got, what problems y'all got with her. And so basically, obviously my parents was like, what's wrong with this girl? Like, what's going on? I know you wasn't trying to fight at church. I'm like, you know, I wasn't trying to fight at church. You know, I don't do no type of shenanigans like that. Like, I was not trying to do that. Like, this girl has been obsessed with me since day one, and I don't know what her problem is. So fast forward to maybe like a couple Sundays, like maybe like 2 Sundays. And she didn't go to church the one Sunday, but the next Sunday was like another like event where multiple churches came to our church, and we had like dinner and stuff downstairs, you know, real cool time. And by this time, I was talking to Alyssa again, like, because I had cut her off from all that extra BS she was trying to do. And I started talking to her again, y'all. Don't ask me why I started talking to this girl again. I literally don't know why. Like, I don't know. That was my friend. Like I said, we was always like matching and stuff. Like, I mean, that doesn't mean anything, but that just shows you like that I was close to the girl. Like, so yeah. So, we had this dinner downstairs. We had dinner downstairs after church, and basically, she's not talking to Jayla or Vicky anymore. Alyssa isn't. I think she might have been talking to Jayla a little bit, but she wasn't talking to Vicky at all. And so Vicky is like, oh, Vicky was upset that Alyssa wasn't talking to her. And I'm just like, I didn't really have much to say about it. Like, I don't know. You really shouldn't have been talking to her anyway if I'm supposed to be your best friend and you're sitting here chopping it up with this girl who clearly don't like me and is obsessed with me for whatever reason. And she can't even tell me the reason why she don't like me. You can't tell me the reason she don't like me. I'm starting to think, I don't know. I'm starting to think you trying to, I don't know. I'm starting to think you got a thing for me or something, because ain't no way you're sitting here obsessed with someone who you don't even know. Like, you don't really know anything about me. The only things that you know is what Alyssa has told you, but you don't personally know me. We don't go to the same school. We don't have the same friends besides Alyssa. But anyways, y'all, what happened? Anyways, we went to, it was a dinner downstairs. You know, it's different pastors from different churches. So when you're in there, you should most likely act like you got some sense, right? Right? That's what you would think, that when you're in the house of the Lord and it's all these other churches visiting, for one, respect God, respect the house of the Lord. For two, respect your pastor and don't be sitting here embarrassing him in front of all these other churches and all these other people. Y'all, we downstairs eating, and this girl, Vicky, starts going off, screaming at the top of her lungs. Everyone's looking at her. Mind y'all, it's not just my church. It is all these other churches. Like, it's a lot of us in this basement. Like, it's packed down there for real. Y'all, this girl starts screaming at the top of her lungs. Oh, I don't like saying my name. And I told you that Alyssa be trying to use her middle name as her first name, which is also my middle name. Which is also my first name. So, yeah. So she was like, I don't like T. And then she said my last name. She said, I never said I didn't like the other T. I don't like, oh, well, whatever. That ain't her real name anyways. But she was like, I never said I didn't like Alyssa. Like, it was so random. I didn't even know who she was talking to. Like, because mind you, Alyssa sat next to me and she over there on the other side of the room, and she just sitting here going off. And she just started like crying. Like, I know people do that when they're mad, but also nobody did anything to you. You're making yourself mad. Like, what is wrong with you, girl? And so everybody's looking concerned, worried. Somebody else in the church, which is my cousin, he goes and he tries to calm her down and talk to her. And it's like, oh, what's going on? Like, let's let's go outside. What's going on? Trying to talk to her. Mind you, like, her siblings and stuff is there and her mom is there. But nobody else was trying to talk to her like that. Like, the guy who I said was trying to talk to her, my cousin, he was trying to talk to her, calm her down, see what the problem is. And like everyone else, like the other pastors and stuff, they was looking concerned. But the girl is enraged. The girl is going crazy. So nobody really wants to, I don't know, really deal with her, I guess. Like, they're obviously looking concerned, but they're not like, oh, let me go, run to her and see what's up. Like, everyone's just looking at each other like, oh, who gonna handle that? Who gonna see what the problem is? And so I'm sitting there looking unbothered, like unbothered, pretty, with my pretty eyes and my pretty hair, like the girl said, sitting there looking unbothered. And she is just getting madder and madder. And she's like, I want to fight her. I want to fight her, blah, blah, blah. I want to fight you. And I'm over here like, girl, like, so now everyone's like, hold on. Ain't nobody fighting nobody up in here. This is church. Did you forget where you're at? This is church, baby. Sit down. Like, whatever problems you got, you need to be up in here being respectful. Like, this ain't the hood. This ain't the ghetto. This ain't anywhere where you from or whatever. Whatever they do where you're from, this is not it. This is church. And when you get in here, you act like you got some sense. And all this talking like they want to fight me and stuff like that. Really, we was around each other. So if somebody wanted to hit me, they could have. But I think deep down they knew it would be, they just knew better. Like, they just knew I wasn't the one to mess with, to be honest. You can all you want to, but I think they just knew, like, I don't know. They had some discernment with that one, because they had some discernment with that one. I'm going to just say that. So, y'all, they basically take her outside, or like they're on the way to taking her outside, and she just starts wilding, like freaking out, swinging and whatever. And someone, the guy that I said went to go talk to her and calm her down, he took her outside. Then her mom finally jumped in and was like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's the problem? Whatever. They go outside. All you hear is a whole bunch of screaming. Now, the girl was already loud, but it just kept getting louder. And so everyone's getting up like, what's going on? Y'all, she is outside fighting her mom. Fighting her mom, bro. Fighting her mom. She was fighting her freaking mom. She was fighting her mom, y'all. And her mom beat her up, y'all. There was blood. There was black eyes. It was like, I mean, it was probably traumatizing to be like a young child, like not a teenager, but like an actual kid, which there was kids there. It was probably traumatizing to see that, to see all that stuff. Like, I don't know, y'all. It was crazy. And after that, I didn't see the girl for like years after that incident. I seen her like one time at, somebody had passed away and I seen her at the funeral, and she was looking crazy as usual, like looking like she don't like me still. And I'm just like, girl, years have passed. Years have passed. You have multiple kids. Like, years have passed. You should be worried about your kids. Why are you still worried about me to this day? But my theory now is like, maybe Alyssa and, what's her name? Either Alyssa was just probably making up stuff, saying I said stuff that I didn't say, or just making up stuff. I don't know. Either maybe she was making up stuff, or maybe Alyssa and Vicky had a thing, because Alyssa liked girls, but I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know this until years into the friendship. I did not know that Alyssa liked girls. Well, like both girls and guys. And so I'm thinking that she had a thing for the girl. Or maybe they had something going on, and maybe she was jealous because I was her best friend and we were always together. We were always sitting together. Whatever the case is, maybe that's what it was. Shoot, Alyssa could have had a crush on me for real and told Vicky about it, and Vicky probably could have been mad and was like not like me for, I don't really know, y'all. But yeah, this was the story about Vicky and how she tried to fight me at church and she ended up getting beat up by her own mom, which I know that probably hurt her mom to even do that, because nobody wants to put their hands on their kid. But I mean, the girl was out of control. So like, but maybe I'm thinking that Vicky hit the mom first. So yeah, y'all, it was such a crazy time. Like, I'm one of the nicest people, and especially back then, like one of the nicest people you ever want to meet. If your jokes ain't funny, I'ma still laugh at them. I like anything. Like, I always try to make people feel welcome and loved and like cared about and stuff. Like, and then you got people who hate that. I guess they hate that light in you. Like, they hate for you to have a happy life or whatever the case. They just hate it. And whole time, like, you be sitting here trying to be friends with the people or whatever, and they don't like you. They don't even have a solid reason. Like, didn't know the girl from anywhere. Had just met her at church, and off the bat, she was a weirdo, and she continued to be weird and just get weirder, and then get beat up by her mom. So I don't know. I mean, anybody that I talk about in these stories, I don't have any beef with now. I didn't even have any beef with that girl in the first place, but anybody that I talk about in these stories is solely for the purpose of me just like getting my stories out, like for anybody that wants to hear them, anybody who's going through the same thing, or might go through the same thing in the future. Just don't feel like you're alone, or don't feel like you're doing anything wrong. Because if you know you're not doing nothing wrong, and you know just not liking you for whatever reason, then that's on them. Like, just, now if somebody hits you, then you already know you better hit them back. But just pick your battles wisely. Don't just let somebody get you all hyped up and make you fight when you really didn't want to fight in the first place. Or if you know you're not the type of girl to sit here and be fighting and stuff like me. I'm not the type of girl to sit here and will just fight somebody. Like, especially now, I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police. I don't care. I'll be one of them. Excuse me, 911. Yeah, is a crazy person. Yeah, no. I'm calling the police. And you gonna be fighting in the back of that cop car, because you gonna be fighting with them handcuffs, because I don't do that. I'm not even that kind of person. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm really so grateful for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Is appreciated. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, a great weekend, all that good stuff. All right.